You are listening to the IoT For All Media Network.
So in terms of how we view an IoT solution, from a technology standpoint, we view it as a four-layer kind of cake, if you will. The devices, the sensors that are out in the real world, sensing things of all different types: humidity, acceleration, location. There's a million different technologies there. Then you have to get that data from that far edge to some sort of compute location. That's typically wireless communications, right? That's where everything's done. There are numerous ways: public networks such as cellular networks, private cellular networks that have sort of recently blossomed in the CBRS on Go community. You have private networks that are non-cellular, like LoRa. We had Sigfox. You have satellite communications. You have different architectures where you have hub and spoke. You have direct connectivity, through gateways. You have all different types of architectures of how the data gets from the far edge all the way up to the cloud. But ultimately, that's a lot of different wireless. There's Zigbee, there's Bluetooth, there's just dozens and dozens of different protocols that get data, and they all have their pluses and minuses. And then the third layer is what we call the infrastructure or compute layer, right? It's compute storage, it's unlimited power, unlimited ability to store and crunch numbers. That's typically cloud, but edge has now become a very important part of that. And things like Kubernetes and containers and microservices are enabling cloud and edge to work sort of seamlessly together now, where you can put a server within a store or within a location, have it do time critical types of data processing and decisioning, but also communicate back to a much larger compute farm in the cloud. So that's the third layer, and that would be the hyperscalers like Google or Amazon or Microsoft, and those classes of companies that do that. And then finally, the thing that's closest to the end user is what we call the application layer, and that's where we live. That's where our products live, and that's really all software. It's presented via hardware devices like your phone or your laptop or your tablet, but ultimately it's software running typically in the cloud, talking to edge and far edge sensors, collecting all the data, making sense of it, organizing it, and helping people make decisions or make decisions for them based on rules that they set up. That's where we work. So there's four layers: application, infrastructure, connectivity, and ultimately devices and sensors all the way out. That's how we view an IoT solution.